For centuries, the tale of Thermopylae has echoed through history, a testament to courage against impossible odds. In 480 BCE, a small band of Spartans and their allies faced the might of the Persian Empire, shaping the destiny of Western civilization. The Achaemenid Empire, ruled by Xerxes I, was the largest the world had ever seen. Its army, a colossal force, swept across Asia Minor, determined to subjugate the independent Greek city-states and expand its dominion. Faced with this existential threat, many Greek city-states put aside their rivalries. They formed a Hellenic alliance, a fragile coalition united by a common desire for freedom, despite their diverse political systems and military traditions. Before the invasion, the Oracle of Delphi delivered a chilling prophecy: either a Spartan king shall die, or all Greece shall be ravaged. This dire warning weighed heavily on the minds of the Greek leaders, foretelling immense sacrifice. Among the Greek states, Sparta stood as a beacon of military might. Renowned for their unwavering discipline, rigorous training, and a warrior ethos forged from childhood, their name alone struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. King Leonidas, knowing the prophecy, chose to lead a small force of 300 Spartans. These men, already fathers, were accompanied by a larger contingent of allied Greeks, ready to make a stand against the Persian horde. The Spartan 300, along with their Boeotian, Phocian, and other Greek allies, marched towards Thermopylae, the Hot Gates. This narrow coastal pass was their chosen ground, a strategic choke point against the massive Persian army. Thermopylae was a natural fortress. A narrow strip of land, barely wide enough for a chariot, was bordered by sheer cliffs and the Aegean Sea. This bottleneck negated the Persian army's overwhelming numerical superiority, funneling them into a killing zone. From their defensive positions, the Greeks watched in disbelief as the Persian vanguard appeared. The sheer multitude of soldiers, stretching as far as the eye could see, was a sight designed to break any opposition before battle even began. Xerxes, confident in his might, sent envoys demanding the Greeks lay down their arms. Leonidas famously retorted, "Molon labe. Come and get them." This defiant refusal set the stage for an epic confrontation. For 2 days, the Persians launched wave after wave of attacks. Their archers rained down arrows, but the Spartan shield wall held firm. The narrow pass rendered their numbers useless, as only a fraction could engage at once. The Spartan phalanx was an impenetrable wall of bronze and courage. Their discipline and coordinated movements allowed them to withstand relentless assaults, pushing back the unorganized Persian charges with devastating efficiency. The Persian casualties mounted catastrophically. Xerxes, watching from his throne, grew increasingly enraged as his finest warriors, including the elite immortals, failed to break the stubborn Greek line. The pass became a graveyard. Desperate, Xerxes deployed his elite, immortals, his personal guard, to breach the pass. Yet even these formidable warriors, celebrated for their prowess, found themselves unable to dislodge the resolute Spartans from their defensive positions. The Spartans employed a brilliant tactic: they feigned retreat, drawing the Persians into a disorganized pursuit. Then, they would suddenly turn, reforming their phalanx and inflicting massive casualties on the surprised and exposed enemy. But the tide of battle turned with a treacherous act. A local Greek named Ephialtes, seeking reward, revealed a hidden mountain path, the Anapaea, to Xerxes. This path allowed the Persians to bypass the main Greek defenses. Under the cover of darkness, a large Persian contingent, led by Hydarnes and guided by Ephialtes, began their arduous ascent. Their goal, to outflank the unsuspecting Greek defenders and seal their fate. Before dawn, Greek sentinels guarding the mountain path discovered the approaching Persians. The grim news reached Leonidas: their strategic advantage was lost, they were now surrounded. Leonidas immediately called a council of war. Knowing the battle was lost, he ordered most of his allied forces to retreat and save themselves. The 300 Spartans, along with a few hundred Thespians and Thebans, chose to remain. On that final morning, the remaining Greeks prepared for their last stand. With no hope of victory, only the certainty of death, their resolve remained unbroken. They would fight not for triumph, but for honor and freedom. The Persians attacked from both front and rear. The Greeks, now fighting for their lives, formed a desperate circle. Every warrior knew this was their final hour, a furious struggle against an unending tide of enemies. In the midst of the maelstrom, King Leonidas fell, struck down by Persian arrows. His death ignited an even fiercer struggle as Spartans fought heroically to retrieve their fallen king's body, denying it to the enemy. The few surviving Greeks retreated to a small hill, forming a final, desperate circle. Exhausted, wounded, and out of weapons, they fought with their bare hands until every last man was overwhelmed and slain. The Battle of Thermopylae was a tactical Persian victory, but a profound moral defeat. The sacrifice of the 300 Spartans and their allies became a rallying cry, inspiring all of Greece to unite and ultimately repel the Persian invasion. The legacy of Thermopylae endures as a timeless symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the unwavering fight for freedom against tyranny. It reminds us that even in overwhelming odds, the human spirit can stand unyielding.